Hello YouTube. Welcome to my PvE playthrough. This is a PvE video. There's nothing special about this. This definitely isn't an invasion video. Welcome to my PvE video. Today we're just taking a ride to the Finger Ruins on Torrent. Oh, what could that be? Are those players? Are those my co-opers? What are they doing over there? They're blowing the horn already. Psych. This isn't a PvE video. You think I'd ever do something as monstrous as that? Absolutely not. No, this is Elden Ring invasions, but in a different way of invading. Well, not so far off from being too different, but it's different. But yeah, we're an invader. We're not going to stop being an invader. Let me introduce myself. My name is Scrub. I'm an Elden Ring invader, as you would have guessed. And this isn't vanilla Elden Ring invasions. This is something quite different, actually. This is seamless invasions. Yes, shortly after the DLC has been released, I guess the mods or the developers for the seamless co-op mod have included invasions, which I would not expect. I never tried seamless co-op. It would be fun. So, well, actually, I'm not a co-opper. I'm not a PvEer. I played this game way too many times. I'm too addicted to invasions to really want to get back into like co-op and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, the devs included invasions, which I find so funny because so many people wanted to install seamless co-op to get away from invasions, and for a good amount of time they did, but now you cannot escape the bad red man, where we are inevitable. We are inevitable, just like Thanos said. And we are Iron Man, but me, I'm more so Batman, but that's fine. And seamless invasions have been so much fun. There's a lot of things, in my opinion, that need to be tweaked with and fixed about it. But it's amazing. Honestly, I don't want to go back to vanilla invasions right now because there's so many things that seamless is doing better than vanilla right now. And I'll explain my thoughts and my experience with seamless invasions in just a moment. But to kind of foreshadow what this build is, as you can see, it's a caster build. It's an Int Faith caster. We're playing at level 200, and we're using the oh man, I forgot the staff name. It's one of the staffs that you get from defeating Metter, the Mother of Fingers, and so it acts as a catalyst for both sorceries and incantations. So you don't, if you're doing like an Int Faith caster pre-DLC, you would have to use like the Golden Order Seal or the wow, I can't think, and the Prince of Death staff. But now you could just do all in one, and then I have the Azur's staff for that extra casting speed. So here is my experience with seamless invasions to kind of set the stage. So there's a lot of activity happening right now in seamless. Honestly, I find it way easier to get invasions in seamless than in vanilla, and I don't understand how, you know, this program or this mod is able to connect with the Steam servers to be able to create co-op sessions or invasion sessions with people. But I mean, I'm not complaining, because what's cool about it is that since this is a mod, it bypasses easy anti-cheat, so you don't have to even worry about like easy anti-cheat mess or like trying to get in your game. The thing about easy anti-cheat and something about the Steam servers is that they add on artificial latency towards vanilla invasions, and so with the removal of that, you know, just getting like direct access to players through the Steam servers, that is there's a huge decrease in latency. So one of the cool things about this mod is that when setting up your settings, you can toggle something on that not only displays like the player level, their name, you can also display their latency calculated by milliseconds on their name. Hopefully you can see that, but these guys just fell because that was a pretty clutch gravitational missile. Very fitting for the use of that spell because of gravity. But yeah, no, I can actually roll catch people now. in invasions, which is amazing. Because now it's like, why would I even want to go back to like 150 plus millisecond invasions all the time when this guy has 70 milliseconds, this guy has 68, who's now dead, this guy has 66. Like with spells like Catch Flame, you can easily just roll wow. Whoa, my brain just glitched. You can roll catch people with ease, dude. It's amazing. It's like butter. And the fact that I'm actually able to parry now and be able to like get my roll catching on point, it's amazing. I love it. I don't want to go back. So that is definitely a benefit towards it. There's also plenty of other benefits. One weird thing is when you're connecting to players in the same level bracket as you. This is level 200, by the way, so I think I can invade down to like level 168. The thing is, like, if you can connect to somebody who is like around the same level range as me, and they could be carrying lower level phantoms. Like this guy's level 36 and the other guy, I forgot. So it's like, I think that might be unintentional, because I feel bad for absolutely just obliterating these lower level players that are being carried by one higher level phantom. So I think that needs to be fixed as well. I think it would definitely make it a lot more, I don't know, it wouldn't be so harsh on those lower level players, because I feel honestly guilty. I really don't, but I'm gonna say I do. And then let me think what else. Shoot. So there's that, and then definitely like the whole latency thing is great. Oh yeah, as you can see on the top left of my screen, you can use rune arcs. So since I have 60 vigor, I want to be able to have, you know, a large health pool, and since invaders can also use rune arcs, I decided to put on Morgoth's Great Rune. So now I have a bunch of HP. I think I have like 23 or 2400 HP now, which is quite a lot. So being able to just be healthy is great. Another cool thing is you can use spirit ashes. So obviously I just deleted this guy's mimic tier. This other guy will use his mimic tier, and then I will pull out my own mimic tier later in this invasion as well. So that's fun to use. It's funny because you'll get spawned into some places as an invader where there's like no, you can't, it's like one of those like not out of bounds, but one of those zones where you can't like fight or do anything. It's more so an interactive zone, I suppose. And so you can still spawn your spirit ashes in there, and they'll start like fighting each other. So it's kind of like a Pokemon battle, which is pretty funny. So there's that included, which I think is a cool gimmick. And to some extent, because you can, another thing that is included in here is a 6-player limit, like we've been asking. The whole community has been asking, and the devs delivered. There will be some invasions in the next video where I'll invade 4 people, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's scary, right? It really isn't, because it seems that the more numbers that co-opers have, the more arrogant they seem, and they won't pay such close attention to their stats or whatever, and so it's very easy to delete them and dwindle down their numbers one by one, slowly but surely, I say. So that's cool, but at the same time, all 4 of them still have access to their mimic tiers as well, so that is very intimidating. So I will use my mimic tiers. Sometimes I'll throw on like Black Knife Tish or maybe the Dung Eater, so there's options. They're not the strongest, but it's definitely just an addition to creating pressure either against co-opers or invaders or whatever. So that's cool as well. Another thing is like there's max flasks. That's hard to say, forgive me. So you can have your flasks level up to its maximum, and you can use all, like, what, 16 of them? 15? 16? 14? 14. I think there's 14 flasks total. So you can use all 14 of them in invasions. So there's hardly a chance where you'd be able to get flasks refilled. It doesn't happen after you kill phantoms, unfortunately, or players, because it would be crazy just to continue to get refilled and have max flasks as you already have enough. So like, even though these guys are draining me of my Estus right now, I still have plenty more to keep me alive. And then since I'm a caster as well, I have like regen, and then I have the the little dung pellets thing that will poison you but will still give you health. So I mean, you don't have to worry about like going through your flasks so quickly. That's why like I chose a caster build to go into seamless invasions, because I felt like if I were to do this in vanilla, I'd be running out of FP left and right and would have to be popping starlight shards and consuming those like it's water. So that's another thing as well. So just a few more mechanical improvements that the community has been asking for that are included in seamless, but the gameplay hasn't really changed. In fact, like, I think players are much worse in seamless than vanilla for some reason, and I get it. Like, they've never had an authentic PvP experience if they've been solely like stuck with seamless co-op. So they've never really had like an authentic PvP experience. So since this is a new thing, like I'm one of there's plenty of people in PC going into seamless invasions right now, but it's funny. Like, I'm walking through some of these people. I mean, this invasion obviously is not a good example because, I mean, it's two casters. One of them is using Erdtree stars, and it's really annoying. So I'd rather not just like continue to get annoyed by that. So I had to create distance, prolonging this invasion when it could have been a little longer. But it is what it is. We use that catch flame and we roll catch homie, and then other homie is very smart to just want to smack me out of hit stun. Well, no, actually he didn't. I think he just got double caught. So yeah, stop spamming magic. You know, it's still the same kind of gameplay, just different mechanics. So if you're expecting a different result in the way how people play, I wouldn't. So yeah, so let me go into the build. That's pretty much my experience so far. I mean, other than other like bugs and glitches and stuff, because it's still a very new addition. Like sometimes other people's worlds and like their events in the world will collide with mine, causing some weird things. Like I was in Renala's like boss room one time trying to respec, and then next thing you know, like Selen just appeared out of nowhere when I sat at the Grace, and I was like, oh, I didn't progress through this quest line, but interesting. Okay, hello Selen. So there's things like that. Sometimes you'll get stuck in cutscenes when people are like fighting bosses or whatever, and then you'll be in the cutscene, and then the cutscene will repeat. So there's weird things like that. So I'm assuming it will be fixed, because I get it. Like, this is new. I'm sure it's still in so much development right now, so I'm still being gracious. Even though there's so many bugs, I'm still very much so enjoying this experience right now. So I feel like until, I don't know, a lot of my videos are going to be in seamless now, until I get bored of seamless, which I don't think is going to happen for a while. So I'm still going to make optimized builds for anyone to play with. Obviously, there's not much changing about the builds, and there's nothing being included into seamless invasions or PvP that changes, you know, the way you combat against people in PvP or in vanilla PvP. Like, you're not getting new weapons or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. But let me go into explaining what this build is. So this is a Rune level 200 caster. It is a int faith build, and I think it's like 62 intelligence and 65 faith. I probably could have been a little bit more optimized with pointing in my stats, but honestly, like, I don't know. There probably are much more optimal ways, but I don't know. I wasn't really concerned. I just want to cast things in people's faces, but yeah, so I'm wielding what is the Staff of Great Beyond? So it's like I said, a catalyst that casts both sorceries and incantations, which is amazing. So it's nice to have that. Honestly, if you want better damage, you could go for the Golden Order Seal in one hand and then the Prince of Death Staff in another. But since it's, you know, more convenient to do it in just one staff, I have that. And then for extra casting speed, I have Azura's staff, and then I have Radagon's icon as well. So I'm increasing the casting speed, which I would prefer, because I'm trying, as an Int Faith caster, I'm trying to set up combos. And this is my first time making a caster, like a Int Faith caster build, so I don't really know the way of like comboing certain spells together. So it's a work in progress. You'll see at the end of the video when I show my stats, like there's a different set of spells used for, you know, creating combos and stuff. But the thing is, I get to use fun things like gravitational missile. I could use death lightning. Catch flame is always great. And then what else? I have the duelist moonblade. If you get that and then instantly cast like the frenzied flame, then that can kind of roll catch, do a little bit more just like chip damage. And then I'll have like dragon breath if people are being too passive or if they're running away from me. But the star of the show really is just catch flame. It's so good. It's so easy to just roll catch people. And then I figured out, like, apparently, like, the Stone of Gronk, or, like, the big boulder that you huck in people's faces, can combo into, like, the Lightning Spear. Not the Death Knight Lightning, but the Lightning Spear. Also, I find it funny that Ansbach is literally standing right there, even though he's been summoned as a cooperator. So, weird world integration things, like I said. So, there's things like that. And then, what else? There's really not much else to explain about the build other than, like, first off, get absolutely merged by Death Lightning, dude. There's this weird bug where you can all F4 as a co-opper and then get and then can just open up the game again. So there's things like that. Shoot, what else? Is there anything else special about this build? In my physic flask, I have the unlimited FP thing that is granted for like 10 seconds, so it's fun to just spam Comet. And then I have the light roll physic because I would rather light roll away from my problems than medium roll. So if you have any problems in your life, just light roll away from it. Not that you can apply that into your day-to-day lives, but you sure can in Elden Ring, I'll say that much. And then what else do I have for spells? Like, I got regen as well. Sometimes I'll use heal from afar because that's just another flask pretty much. But Blessing of the Erdtree is always good because you get really good like HP regen stacking over time. And then I have like the Madness pots as well, since they scale off of strength, dex, int, and faith. Kind of weird. I don't know, like with the Maddening Hand like also requiring an intelligence, and like the Madness pots, you know, being able to scale off intelligence, and the Frenzy Flame Seal being able to scale off of those 4 stats too. It's weird. I wonder why FromSoft has included that, but I don't know, like, is it a way for like people to combine like sleep and madness builds? I do not know. That's something I could try, but I'm not going to because whatever. Because like there's a couple more builds I want to try. I'm going crazy. Like, I'm grinding on all these builds right now. I'm trying to figure out so many builds to create. So I'm trying to focus on like a rot build next, using the new Pole Blade of the Bud, and then using the rot incantations. So that's a work in progress. And then I want to do like a strength int build too. And then I'll probably do like, I know people have been asking for a Needle Knight Letta cosplay, so I'll do that for my next cosplay build. But yeah, so I'll be doing a lot of that in Seamless Invasions. Another cool thing about Seamless Invasions is like you can invade in places where you can't even co-op. Like, this is the ruined forges that you find in the DLC. You can't even summon cooperators here, but since Seamless Co-op allows you to traverse anywhere in the world together, so can invaders. And it's fun because like this places, or like the ruined forges, are such great places for invasions in my opinion. I don't know why FromSoft didn't allow us to summon phantoms or to get invaded in this place in vanilla. So it's nice to be able to break some of the walls with that. So yeah, that's another cool thing. There's plenty more cool things about Seamless Invasions, but I can only speak for so long. So I'm going to stop yapping now. So I'm Scrub, the king of yapping. And this is an Elden Ring invasion build, obviously. So thanks so much for watching. Here are my stats and the incantations that I will use in the next video. But I recorded this part a little late. Here's the armor and the talismans that I wore. I didn't really change them around much unless needed for specific situations, but those situations didn't come often. But yeah, it was really fun to play as a caster. So I'm learning the way of the caster, and I'm excited to do more casting things, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Let me know what builds you want me to try. See, they're selling right there. Like, what up, girl? And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So be good. to yourselves, be good to others, be of service towards others, and good will be given back to you. All right. I'm done talking now. You can click away from the video now. I said you could click away from the video now. You don't have to watch this anymore. Okay. Well, I'm gonna click away from the video. No, you first. No, me. You want me to do it? Okay, fine. I'll do it first.